CTV family. Catch us live on your TV screen.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still tuned into the biggest show in the motherland, making sure that you're entertained all the way up to 5 o'clock. It's still your girl with the most, Ulwandile Ntombi Zulu. And right next to me, as you've seen her a little earlier on, Sino Mihlali. Baby girl, how are you finding it so far?
I think Ndiyapilonga up. I feel like this is home.
I know,
I'm
guys,
feeling
that's
Ndiyapilonga up.
That's a big statement. Guys, she truly does belong, and you've been doing quite well.
Thank you so much.
So
I
we're going
really
to
do
carry
appreciate
on
it.
making sure that people are entertained, more especially educated. And speaking of education, today, as we know, it is National Stroke Day. So to make sure that we are letting our viewers know what is a stroke, everything in between, we have Hayley from the Heart and Stroke Foundation South Africa, who's going to be letting us know what are strokes, what causes a stroke, how can we actually prevent ourselves from getting a stroke, can young people get a stroke, all of those questions she's going to be answering to us. But before, let me just start talking about her and let me introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Hayley from the Heart and Stroke Foundation.
Woo! And it's lovely to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. I think the first things first, if someone maybe is watching here, we have quite young viewers as well. If they've never heard of the word stroke, what is a stroke?
Okay, to put it simply, a stroke is a brain attack. In other words, a blood vessel leading to the heart and the brain gets a clot, and so the brain is cut off with oxygen. This is what we call ischemia, but it's just a big word to say that there's not enough blood and oxygen getting to the brain.
Oh, okay.
Another type of stroke can be caused by hemorrhage, which is bleeding into the brain. And so those are two different types of strokes.
Oh, okay, that exists, just the two.
There are many more, but those are the two main ones, yes.
And now in light of 2020, what is then the theme for 2020 and the role that it plays in?
Yes, so thank you for the question. Every year, World Stroke Day is celebrated on the 29th of October.
Yeah.
So happy World Stroke Day, everybody. And I'm
everyone.
very passionate about it. You can see I'm wearing lime green,
Yeah.
which is the international
Colour.
global color for stroke
Day.
awareness.
Yeah.
So the theme for this year is don't be the one, join the movement. And the aim is to encourage people to be physically active, because consistent physical activity reduces your risk of getting a stroke.
Right. And then what are some of the signs actually that you can say this person is having a stroke, or maybe I'm more likely to get a stroke? What are some of the things that I can see from really early on that could state that, oh, I
Yes.
might get a possibility of getting a stroke?
Yes, there's a very good acronym which is FAST, F-A-S-T, to help you remember what are the signs and symptoms of a stroke.
Right.
So the F stands for face, so
Okay.
the face starts drooping.
Okay.
The A starts for arms, so the arms get weak.
Okay.
The S stands for speech, so the person's speech gets slurred. And the T stands for time,
Yeah.
because it's time to call the emergency services.
That's
Because
good.
every time
That's
lost
good.
is a brain cell lost.
Yo.
And then what are then the contributing factors for stroke?
Yes, so when we talk about risk factors for stroke, the main risk factor is an uncontrolled high blood pressure.
Right.
Another risk factor can be atrial fibrillation, which can cause a stroke. But when we break it down, we look at risk factors that you can do something about, that's modifiable risk factors, and non-modifiable risk factors. So your non-modifiable risk factors are like your age, your sex, your genetics, which you can't have any control over.
Yeah.
But there are, however, many modifiable or changeable risk factors, such as an unhealthy diet,
Yeah.
physical and inactivity, obesity, a high cholesterol, a high blood pressure, as I mentioned, tobacco smoking, and alcohol as well.
Yeah.
And even making a small change in one of these can make a big difference.
Really. And just speaking about all the things that you can't do, can we talk about all the things that you can do to make sure that you're at a less risk of getting a stroke? So what can we eat? What can we do? Should we exercise? All of that.
Yes. As in line with this theme, exercise is very important. And in fact, the World Health Organization recommends that we do 150 minutes of exercise a week.
Yeah.
So this equates to 30 minutes, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So that's it. But you don't have to join a gym or need fancy equipment. just being more physically active will also make a difference. So why don't you park your car further from the shopping mall, and then walk, or take the lift. Take the stairs instead of the lift.
Yeah.
Small little things add up. Even housework, or gardening, or playing with the kids. So every little bit does count.
Oh, before you continue, can you just move your mic a little bit closer to you? Thank
Yes,
you so
sure.
much.
So I just wanted to bring it now back home, and we're talking about South Africa and looking at it in the South African context. What are then some of the facts, or not facts rather, but stats that South Africa has compared to the world?
Yes, so there are some very scary statistics here. Every day, 360 people in South Africa suffer a stroke.
Wow.
And of those, 70 people will eventually die as a result of the stroke.
Wow.
Yes.
That is scary.
Yes.
And then now, what are some of the things that actually cause us to be that high with according to the stats of the world? Is it because we're eating unhealthy? Is it because we don't have the right food? What is causing
It's
us?
all those contributing factors, but the statistics are also very high overseas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so globally, 5.5 million people will die of a stroke this year. In fact, 1 in 4 people will get a stroke this year.
Yeah.
That is the global statistics.
Yeah, and I see you wearing something interesting around your neck, and that is the Lucky Star. Are you promoting Lucky Star? We're saying that it's good for your health, it's good for maybe prevention of strokes or anything like that?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Well, when we talk about healthy eating, that's one of the unhealthy eating is one of the risk factors for heart disease. So when it comes to healthy eating, the first point I'd like to mention is to cut down on salt.
Okay.
Because a high salt intake is linked to high blood pressure.
Oh,
So some of the things you can do is add less salt at the table,
okay.
and also avoid processed or fatty foods,
Okay.
which have usually got added salt, so they need to be eaten in moderation.
Yeah.
Then the key to a healthy heart isn't reducing your total fats,
Yeah.
but replacing your bad fats with your good fats.
Yeah.
So the bad fats are the industrial-made trans fats, like you find in your processed and fatty
fast
foods.
food, yeah.
Yes. The healthy fats include avocados,
yes.
nuts and seeds, and fatty fish. And here we get to proteins or tinned fish.
Yeah.
The benefits of tinned fish, especially oily tinned fish,
Yeah.
such as tuna, sardines, pilchards,
Yeah.
are that they are high in a very special type of fat called omega-3 fatty acids,
Right.
if you've heard of it.
Yes, yes, yes.
And omega-3 fatty acids are so important because they reduce your blood pressure and hence reduce your risk of a stroke.
Right.
So also eating tinned fish is also a very good source of protein.
Yeah.
And it's a complete protein
Yeah.
because it provides your body with all the essential amino acids
Yeah.
you need. And also it's very economical
Yeah.
for people living in rural areas and don't have access to electricity.
Yeah.
Tinned fish is a good protein source and a good source of omega-3s.
And plus it's
And-
delicious.
And it's
It
delicious.
is, it is,
So
it is.
if you want to keep you and your families healthy,
Yeah.
choose Lucky Star Tinned Fish. They are the leading brand in providing heart-healthy, protein-rich tinned fish.
And now I want us to talk about the role that the Heart and Stroke Foundation plays in South Africa, especially when it has to do with Stroke Awareness Day and the Stroke Awareness Week.
Okay, can I please also first mention another point about Lucky Star?
Yes.
Is that we run an endorsement program where we assess food products for their salt and their fat and their sugar. And Lucky Star is the only tinned fish that carries our heart mark endorsement logo.
Oh, yes, with
So,
the heart, ne?
yes,
Yes, by the
the
tin, yeah.
heart and the little knife and the
Yeah,
fork.
yeah.
So it makes choosing healthier foods easier.
Easier. Definitely.
And then now, how does the Heart and Stroke Foundation just help awareness, especially within the week
Yeah.
of National Stroke Day, or even in the year?
Yeah, so we run awareness campaigns right throughout the year.
Yeah.
But during World Stroke Week, and especially on World Stroke Day, we partner with one of our partners, Boehringer Ingelheimer,
Yeah.
to create awareness and to provide information about stroke and the signs and symptoms of stroke to enable people to have knowledge about what to do about this preventable but potentially life-threatening condition.
And before you continue, I just want to find out, because time is running out and our viewers are quite young, is there a possibility that a young person can get a stroke?
It is true, and we are seeing more and more younger people getting strokes, not just the older people. And this is mainly attributed to, a lot of it can be attributed to smoking, which almost triples your risk of getting a stroke.
All right. And then where can we find out more information?
Yes,
give
so
us all the
please,
information.
to find out more information and join our webinars, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter, which I'll give you the address, and also look us up on our website, which is www.heartfoundation.co.za. And if I can give you those Facebook and Twitter handles.
Yes, please do.
The Facebook is also especially for your younger listeners who want to find out more and get healthy and correct information.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to go, but we're going to put it on the screens, ladies and gentlemen, and we're also going to put it on our social media pages. Make sure you check them out. But right now, though, we're going to take a little bit of a break.
CTV family, catch us live.